move on to the most important part of today's ceremony, honoring our graduates. At this time, we will be inviting our student speakers to the stage. Each of these students models the positive qualities and characteristics we all should strive to acquire. Here to present our first speaker is Assistant Principal, Mr. Scott Wilson. Good morning. I have the pleasure of introducing your senior class president, Nicholas Jackson. Nicholas Jackson is the son of John and Jean Jackson. He has been a member of the Hilton Winter Drumline for 5 years. He is the vice president of the Hilton Cadets Marching Band and has been a member of that group for 6 years. He has also been a member of the mock trial team, the Model United Nations Club, and the National Honor Society. He was a Varsity Volunteers finalist, has received the Laura Downs Scholarship, the New York State Scholarship for Academic Excellence, and received the Monroe County Council of Superintendents Outstanding Senior Award. Nicholas will be attending at Cornell University in the fall, where he intends to study government. He plans on attending law school after receiving an undergraduate degree. I now present to you Nicholas Jackson. Hello. There are a number of ways to start a commencement speech. I've recently become quite an expert on them, as I've pored over YouTube videos labeled the best graduation speech ever, and searched every quotations website that exists. I've racked my brain for some commonality between all of us, some unifying statement that might profoundly sum up our high school careers and inspire us for the future. I have found that there is no formula. There is no unifying idea, no perfect quote, no ideal example. Rather, many of you will probably forget the words that I have agonized and chosen. The perfect combination of verbs and nouns that is supposed to stay in your brains forever. I could say a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson, or Mark Twain, or Mahatma Gandhi, or your favorite rapper, or any of the past presidents of the United States. I could recite a poem, or give some valuable advice, or I could sing a song, or shout, or do any of a number of other things that could make an impressive speech. However, I'm not content with any of the ideas I got from my search. There are not words that can summarize high school. There are not words to bring back your individual memories, or describe the brilliance of your future. I am surely unqualified, as are any of the other people or art forms that I have mentioned, to convey the meaning of a high school graduation. I could talk about the past, about the memories we had as a class. I could say something like this. I remember back when we were freshmen, when we were afraid to sit with girls in the lunchroom, when we would push and shove to get the gym elective we wanted. I remember when every hallway looked exactly the same, and we ended up in an English room when we wanted to get to our history class. Now we are seniors. We are the adults of the school. We can't wait to get out of this place, to see the world, to have our freedom, and once again, be tricked and amazed by the wonders of an unexplored and untamed environment. We have been freshmen in high school, and now we want to be freshmen in the world. But then I got to thinking. High school wasn't all passing time and lunch. High school was about memories that were personal. The true memories, the best memories, were when we were with a small group of friends. When we followed our individual passions, and when we accomplished our personal goals. So I decided to move on. Instead of talking about the experiences in our past, I would talk about our future. I planned on saying something like this. While we each have unique and different pasts, we share a brilliant future. But I didn't like this either. I wanted to talk about how high school has prepared us for the rest of our lives, how we now have the skills and experience to succeed, and to use our passions and abilities to their full extent. But again, I found that we do not all share anything about our future. Some of us have gone through the college application process. We've felt the culmination of our pasts, judged by a panel or by a single person. And then there are some of us who aren't going to college. There are some of us who have chosen to join the military or to join the workforce, who have undoubtedly submitted an application for a panel or a person who judge your life and your potential. Some of us have our futures planned out, and some of us want to experience the world without a plan. Our future careers are varied and unique. In our future, we must not let anyone judge our accomplishments other than ourselves. There will be other panels when we go on to apply for jobs and challenge the events in our future. We have had a college panel or admissions officer or an employer pore over our extracurriculars and sports, or our GPA and SAT and ACT and NHS and IB and AP, and any other obnoxious acronym that has made me lose countless hours of sleep and a rather large patch of hair. There will be many in the future who attempt to similarly judge our tangible accomplishments. These people do not have the right to assess our potential or what we can achieve. I cannot say that your future will be brilliant, because I am not more qualified than a college panel to predict your future. Your potential and what you do with your lives is entirely in your hands, and it is entirely individual. Therefore, I cannot talk about the past, and I cannot talk about the future. All that is left to talk about is today. Today, a number of people get onto the stage and speak their words at you, and you will probably forget them tomorrow. Today, you receive a piece of paper that tells you that you have graduated from high school. Today, your mother hugs you and cries, and your father pats you on the back. Today, you get to move a tassel from one side of your cap to the other. Many say that today is a turning point in your lives. They say that today you become adults, that today you receive additional freedoms and accept new responsibility. You are no longer the responsibility of your family, you are your own person. But I don't buy that. I will still have to mow the lawn tomorrow, regardless of what side of my cap my tassel lays. I will still be living at home and will be dependent on my parents. Rather than a turning point, I believe that today is a checkpoint. Today we must look at our pasts and look to our futures, and we must be our own judge. We must examine not our extracurriculars and our GPA, but who we are as people, who we have become in high school, and who we want to be in the future. Today is personal. It is for your and purely your benefit. While everything in our high school experience seems to have been personal, we all share one thing. We share today. We share our high school graduation. Together, we go onto this stage and accept our diploma. Today is a moment, a mere instant where the class of 2009 converges to share this experience. Tomorrow, we will diverge again. I've decided that it is okay that you may forget everything that I have just said. Today is not about me, except for myself. As I look to our class, I see 352 individuals. Individuals with personal paths and unique futures. The combination of all of us as individuals is what makes it impossible to find words to describe us, and what makes the class of 2009 so remarkable. Thank you.